What up though? What up though? What up though with my peeps? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cross Watcher. A little bit of Taurus, a lot of Taurus in your chart. All right. This could resonate with you. This is not a personal reading. This is a general reading. All right. So with that being said, fit it in where it get in. All about the healing. Look at here. All right. So short read, if I can. All right. So we have poverty. That's the 5 of Wands. Poverty. But the poverty is in the reverse. So this is something, to me, when I hear it, it's a mindset. So we also have the King of Pentacles. All right, so you got the King of Pentacles, right? King of Pentacles is financially straight, a business savvy, CEO, top executive, mover and shaker in the financial realm, in the financial world, on top of their game. Always know how to make a buck, always know how to make a dollar, right? Always know money, always, they're a money magnet. They always, money always flow, all money always come, right? This is someone who never worries about money because they make money. They are money. Very grounded. This is in the upright. So collective. You are this king. You are grounded and rooted. You may not be, some of you are wealthy. Some of you got a lot. Some of you got it going on. Some of you are on a come up. Whatever you're doing, whatever business you're doing, whatever you're connecting with, it's on the come up. You rising. Things is working for you. Things have been working for you. You're in a good place, a good mindset. But with this poverty, though, now, let me break it down even further for you. Yes, we may be talking about money, but we also know that money is energy. We also know that we could be talking about your energy source. We could be talking about you always have favorable outcomes. Whatever you do, whatever you approach, whatever you're connected to is always favorable. It's always positive. You have a positive flow of energy in whatever you're doing to even go even further. Because for those of you that's not rich, that's not in business, but you still that king, you still that one, you still high and lifted up because of the favorable positions that God has placed you in. You always on the come up. Whatever you do, whatever you connected to, you always on the come up. Always on the rise, always in the know. What I'm speaking of, you don't know nothing about poverty. You maybe in the beginning, you had humble beginnings and you had to go through some things, but that was so long ago. So I'm talking to the collective that you ain't been through some things now. It ain't been perfect. But whatever you've been through, whatever you had the humps and dumps and valley lows that you had to go through, you always had the solution. It just was hard work. You just had to work harder. to get where you had to go. You always had the solution. You always knew what you needed to do to be able to get the results that you needed. It wasn't something that you were clueless about. So when it comes down to this poverty, this says unemployment, frustrated, adversity, spiritual awareness, faith restored, right? What this tells me that you have been through, not you are going through, or you just went through, or you going through right now some type of lack, something that you've never experienced before. Lack. Now this could be a mindset, this could be your energy flow. You ain't never been low in spirits before. You've always had the answer, you always had the solution, but this thing here that you're going through right now is not as such. Some of you lost your job. You lost your resources. Some of you lost hope because you have never lost to this magnitude before. You've always stayed ahead of the game. You've had losses before, but not like this. You've never been down this long. Some of you have lost a lot of money. You lost a home, or you lost a business. Your business is not doing well, or you've had to lay off a lot of people out of your business. You haven't had to unemploy a lot of people, and that's making you feel some type of way because these people came up with you. These people became your family, and you have to let them go because the business is not where your business can't keep them. They can't pay. It's a lot here. A lot of energy about business, unemployment, finances, lack. But the key thing about this whole thing here, it says faith. Faith restored. What have I been telling you about faith? What have I been telling you about? What have I been telling you about? You can't fear, you have to have faith. I get it, because at a time as the time is now, it is a lot of fear. Fear of the unknown, what's going to happen. Fear, if I go outside, what's going to happen. Fear, if I go on my job, what's going to happen. A lot of fear. But still, in the face of these things that's out in our environment and out in what we doing, and that's outside of our home, the environment outside in the world, the fear that we get confronted with, projected to, doesn't mean that we have to follow suit. Fear is fear, but we rise above fear, because there is nothing that God can do for you when you are in fear. If you lost your job, if you have to lay off a lot of people, whatever the scenario is, it's a lack. Some type of poverty, some type of setback, where a lot of people could be hurt. You could be hurt. You could be going through a grieving process of losing a home, losing a job, losing a business, losing people, losing your staff. You could be depressed, feeling low and low vibration, because we are human. We live in a human experience, right? But if you are feeling those ways and going through certain things, because I cannot name everything, but what I'm talking about could be anything. Because the collective, you are royalty. You are kings and queens. So this represent a king or a king or a queen. You don't have to be the king or queen of pentacles. You are a king or queen. You are royalty to the Most High. It doesn't have to be a business. It could be anything that you may be confronted with at this point in time. The point is that God don't want you to lose your faith, and God does not want you to forget who you are. You are a king. You are a queen. And whatever it is that you're going through, you can rise above anything just by knowing who you are. You don't have to fall, and this is grieving. So some of you are grieving. What you grieving about, what you going through, that's you. That's between you and God. But God says, even though you're grieving and even though you're hurting, you're going through, doesn't mean that you have to be in fear and that you have to lose faith. You don't. Don't ever forget who you are, because who you are helps you manifest a way to rise above whatever it is. As you grieve, you cry, you moan, you groan. When you get done, you can step back into your king and queen status and rise above that situation and be able to move out and maneuver your way in and out of the situation. Here it says lack, some type of poverty, some type of resources needs to be restored, but the only way it's going to be restored is through your faith. Your faith in God, that God is going to see you through. That's going to get you through. God said it's all right. If you grieving, you sad, it's okay. I'm not going to sit here and tell you not to grieve, not to be sad. Do your thing. Sit in those emotions. Acknowledge those emotions, but the thing is, you don't stay in it. That's the only thing. You can do what you do. Matter of fact, crying is cleansing the soul. Every teardrop you let fall cleans your soul. So cry. Let it out. Release it. But don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Keep going. Keep believing. Stand up. Sit in your king and your queen status. That's who you are. For those of you that feel like this ain't your thing, this ain't, you good, then you need to pray. You need to lift those people and stand in the gap for those people that's grieving. You don't need to know their name. You don't need to know them. You need to know the energy. Somebody need a prayer. Somebody need a breakthrough. Somebody needs some answers. And one prayer from you can set many back. Set them back to where they need to be, where they need to see, where they need to hold on to. One prayer from you will set them free, where they need to go, what they need to release. One prayer from you could set them on track, lead, guide, and direct their path on out of the situation that they're in. So I'm trying to get you guys to click on these readings, not just for you, but we getting past clicking on the readings for you. We getting past that, because this collective on this channel, you guys are special. You are special people. You have gifts, talents, and abilities that whomever need help, you don't need to know them. You don't need to know their name. If you just pray, that person can be set free. That person can release. That person can be gain the courage and the confidence to be able to do the things that they need to do to be able to move out of the situation that they're in. If you're my collective, that's why you're here. Yes, some of the readings, yes, they're going to be for you, but some of them, God wants you to listen to them so you'll know who to pray for, who to stand in the gap for. That's what you're here for. You're here to be a blessing for somebody else, to help somebody else. So with that, I'm going to let that go. All right. So hit the, if you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you hit the comments, I need you to comment, post, post a comment. If it's not your read, post for somebody else. Post for somebody else. Lift somebody else up. Encourage somebody else. Love on somebody else if it's not your read. All right. So with that being said, I'm sending love. I'm sending healing your way. And also like. Bring them likes up. Bring them likes up. All right. So with that being said, I'm sending love your way. I'm sending healing your way. And Trinity is